If you are also running a business and want to send welcome emails to the leads received from your own website form, then this video is definitely for you. So hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video, I am going to show you how you can send welcome emails to the leads received from your own website form. So here my objective is, as soon as I receive a new lead from my own website form, I am going to send them a welcome email. So for integrating these both applications, that is my website form and Gmail, I am going to use an amazing automation tool, that is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to build this automation, then let me take it towards my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I am going to show you how you can send welcome emails to the website form leads by Gmail. So right before you on my screen, you can see I have integrated two applications, that is Webbook by Pabbly and Gmail. And by this integration, I am going to send welcome emails to my website form leads. So here you can see this is the website form I have created. And now as soon as someone will fill this form, I am going to send them a welcome email. So now I am going to show you how you can build this integration for your own website form. But before building this automation from scratch, I will show you the real working of this automation. So for that, let's move on to my website form, and here I am going to fill this form. So here I am going to provide my full name as smart user, email as smartuser@pabblytunes.com, and the phone number. Now we just have to submit this form, and here you can see my form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Gmail account to check whether I am receiving an email over there or not. So here you can see this is my Gmail account where I am successfully receiving an email that is having a subject, welcome to Pabbly smart user. So here you can see I'm getting the same name which I have recently filled over my website form, and here you can see I'm getting the same name, which means I'm getting personalized emails. So you can also send personalized emails to your customers or the clients by just using Pabbly Connect and automate your all tasks. So for accessing the Pabbly Connect, you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/connect, and once you will enter the URL, you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly, which can be seen here. And on this landing page, you can see we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user, you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user, you can simply click over this sign in. And if you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Connect, you get 100 free tasks every month for practicing the Pabbly Connect. And if you already have an existing account, you can simply click over this sign in. But before moving on towards Pabbly Connect, I will tell you about Pabbly Community. So here you can see this is the page of Pabbly Community where automation users, marketers, and business owners gather to share their ideas, ask questions, and get relevant updates regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly Community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly Community, you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to Pabbly Connect, and here I am going to simply click over this sign in as I already have an account. And once you finish your sign up, you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see these are the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to integrate two applications, we will be using Pabbly Connect, which can be seen here, which can integrate different applications and start automating your work. Now for automating your work, you just have to click over this access now for accessing the Pabbly Connect, and you will be landed to the dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, which can be seen here. And on this dashboard page, you can see these are the folders I have created, and inside these folders I have created my workflows. So if you also want to create your own folder, you simply have to click over this create a new folder button, and here you have to provide the folder name, and if you want to select any parent folder, you can select it over here, and afterwards you simply have to click over this create button and your folder will be created. But here I am going to create a workflow by integrating two applications, that is Webbook by Pabbly and Gmail. So for that, you simply have to click over this create workflow button, and here you can see we are getting the option for selecting workflow builder. So here you can see we are getting two workflow builder, that is beta, which is modern, faster, and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use this newly launched workflow builder beta. So for that, you simply have to click over this select button, and you will be getting the dialog box for providing the workflow name. So here I am going to provide my workflow name as send welcome emails to website form leads. So here I have provided it the name, and afterwards I am going to select the folder. So here I am going to select this folder, that is form folder, and afterwards we simply have to click over this create button, and here you can see we are receiving the this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are landed to a workflow page where we are getting the option for adding the trigger. So now you might be thinking, what is this trigger? So trigger is our first application, or the application which is going to initiate our workflow, and we can have only one trigger applications, but we can have many action applications. So as trigger app help us to initiate our workflow, I will be selecting my trigger app as Webbook by Pabbly, because Webbook by Pabbly is going to help me in connecting my website form with Pabbly Connect. So here I am going to select my trigger app as Webbook by Pabbly. So now let's search for it, and here you can see I'm getting this app, so I'm going to select it, and afterwards I'm going to select my app event as Catch Webbook, and afterwards we simply have to click over this connect button, and here you can see I'm getting the Webbook URL with the steps for pasting this Webbook URL so that we can make the connection. So I'm going to make the connection between my website form and Pabbly Connect. So this Webbook URL is going to act as a bridge for building the connection. So now let's copy this Webbook URL, and I'm going to paste this Webbook URL on the code of this website form which I have created. So now let's move on to the code where we are going to paste this Webbook URL. So now let's copy this Webbook URL and move towards the code of my website form. So here you can see this is the code of my website form, and after this word fetch, this is the dummy URL I have already added. So now I am going to remove this URL and paste the Webbook URL which I have recently copied from my Pabbly Connect. So now let's paste the Webbook URL, and here you can see I have pasted it. Now we just have to go to files and save this. So here we have saved our Webbook URL, and now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect. And here in my Pabbly Connect, it is waiting for the webhook response. So for providing the webhook response, we have to do the test submission, and for providing the test submission, we have to fill our website form. So now let's move on to my website form, and again I am going to fill this form. So here you can see I have filled this form by providing full name demo user, email demoUser@pabblytudes.com, and the contact number. Now I am going to just submit this form, and here our form has been successfully submitted. Now let's move on to my Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. And here you can see I'm successfully receiving the response, that is response A, with all the same fields which I have recently filled over my contact form. So with this we are done with our trigger app. Now we just have to add action step to this workflow. So for that you simply have to click over this add new action step button, and you will be landed to the action setup page where I am going to search for the Gmail which can be seen here, as I am going to send email through the Gmail, and afterwards I am going to select my app event as send email. Now we simply have to click over this connect button, and we are landed to the Gmail connection page where you can see we are getting two options, that is add new connection and select existing connection. So if you want to build a new connection, you can simply click over this add new connection button, and here you have to sign up with your Google account and your connection will be created. And if you already have an existing connection, you can simply use this, that is select existing connection, where our connection has been already chosen. Now we simply have to click over the save button, and here our connection has been saved successfully, where you can see I am getting some of the fields. So the first field I am getting is for the sender name. So here I am going to provide my sender name as Pabbly. So here I have provided my sender's name, and afterwards I am getting the sender email address. So here you can enter the sender's email address. So these fields are static, and I am going to make all these remaining fields as dynamic. Now you might be thinking, what is static and dynamic? So these fields are static as these are not going to change with every new responses, but for the rest of the fields I am going to perform mapping. Now you might be thinking, what is this mapping? So mapping is the real magic here. Mapping is basically inserting the data from the previous step, and mapping basically makes the field dynamic, means you don't have to enter your values again and again. The fields will be replaced with every new response. So here I am going to map my rest of the fields from the response which I am receiving from my Webbook by Pabbly, because that is our previous step. So here I am going to map the recipient's email address from the response which I am receiving from this Webbook by Pabbly. So this is the email address I have filled over my website form which I am going to map, and this email address will be replaced with every new form filled over my website form. And afterwards we are getting the field that is CC and BCC. So if you want to send this email to multiple recipients, you can add CC and BCC as well, and afterwards we are getting some of the fields. And here the next field we are getting is for email subject. So here I am going to provide my email subject. So here you can see I have entered this word, that is welcome to Pabbly, and after this I am going to map the name of my lead. So I am going to map it from the response. So here you can see I am getting the name, that is demo user, which I have mapped, and this name is going to replace with every new responses, and by mapping we are going to send personalized emails to our clients. So here we are done with our email, and this sentence, that is welcome to Pabbly, it's static, means it is not going to change with every new responses. And afterwards we are getting the field that is email content. So here I am going to enter my email content. So here you can see I have provided my email content, and after this word hi, I am again going to map the name of my lead. So here I am going to map it. So here you can see I am getting the name which I have mapped. So with this we are done with our email content, and afterwards we are getting some of the field that is email content type, which is already selected as plain, and from here you can select your email content type as HTML as well. And afterwards we are getting some of the fields which are not necessary, and if you want to provide any attachments or the files, you can attach it over here. Now we simply have to click over this save and send test request, and as I have selected this, I am getting a positive response, which means we might have built in the connection. So now let's move on to my Gmail account to check whether I am receiving an email over there or not. So for that, let's move on to my Gmail account. So here you can see I'm landed to my Gmail account, where I am successfully receiving an email having the subject welcome to Pabbly demo user, which I have recently entered over my Pabbly Connect, and here we are getting the same name which I have recently filled over my website form. So here you can see we are sending personalized email by using Pabbly Connect to all our leads which are recently entered. So you can also create this amazing automation for enhancing your business and enhancing your users experience also. So what are you waiting for? Start using Pabbly Connect now, and stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations like this. And if you have any doubt, you can enter it over the comment section. And if you want to practice this workflow, you can find its link in the description given below. So thank you for watching this video. Not only this automation, you can build many more integrations like this by just using Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can post it over the forums.pabbly.com. and if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Connect for free now.